Hello and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Erica. I hope you stick around. I think I'm a fun time. And that's all I've got to say. Today we're going to just do a little get ready with me, kind of like my standard makeup routine. I put a question in the box on my Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Okay. I just wanted to have like a chat. I just wanted to have a little chit chat, girl talk type of vibe. And also, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I don't talk that much on, oh my goodness. I knew it! I knew it! Oh my god. Hold on. I can't. Oh my gosh. I just saw a notification for a YouTube video. That's another Gymshark by Whitney Simmons. My YouTube is definitely a lot of kind of like fitness and food content, which I love, but I also want it to be like not just a box of me. I want it to be all of me, which, you know, because I like doing makeup. I like kind of more fashiony stuff. I have other interests outside of just like fitness as well, and like in terms of sports and different things I feel like I don't talk about nearly as much on YouTube that I am really into as well. So I guess we're just gonna dive in. The first thing I always do, I've started doing this over the last few months, I always like to start with a little base. As you can tell, my poor thing is almost gone. I feel like I talked about this in one of my favorites, but it's the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Face Cream. I mean, it's basically gone. I'm either gonna order a new one soon or I'll use a different moisturizer. But I do like to start with a moisturizer, as well as lately I've also been starting with my retinol cream. I don't remember if I've talked too much about this, but this retinol by Paula's Choice, 1% retinol treatment, I have been loving it. I feel like it's helped clear a lot of my hyperpigmentation so much. I'm babbling on, I haven't even started the cues yet. All right, let's get it up. Okay, first question. So random. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck? So a horse-sized duck. Okay, so a massive duck. Or 100 duck-sized horses. I don't know. I feel like ducks are quite vicious to begin with. At least geese. I don't know about ducks versus geese, but I feel like in America, ducks and geese are quite vicious. So I feel like I would go for the 100 horses. I definitely have talked about this product before, but I've been loving using this bronzer by Tarte. As you can see, I've used like a lot of it. I've just been kind of using it all over as if it was like foundation. I've either been using this or I've been using a combo of this and my like tinted moisturizer. I've definitely talked about the tinted moisturizer. I've been using it for years. I like it because it's nice and light, but also gives you a little bit of coverage. My skin's been doing really well, so I haven't been wanting to use like any amount of foundation really to really bother my skin. I feel like this gives me like a nice little glow. I got a nice little sparkle. Obviously I look a little bit tanner, which is always nice. Sometimes I try and do like a fancy thing where I like, you know, give it a little extra definition to my cheeks, but that's what we're dealing with right now. How do you get so confident? I just love your vibe and wish I could feel like that. So I get questions a lot about my confidence, and it's interesting because I know it's a compliment, but sometimes for me, I almost think of it as kind of like a backhanded compliment type of thing. Backhanded insult? Is that the backhanded insult, backhanded compliment? And the reason for that is that I feel like people will compliment me on my confidence a lot, but I always kind of wonder if it's because I'm a bit bigger, I'm a bit curvier of a girl. Where say, for example, like, I think you guys all know Lucy Davis Fit. She's my coach. I love her. I literally did a YouTube video doing like a day in the life of Lucy. And no one comments on Lucy's confidence. They say, oh my gosh, your like body goals and things like that. And yeah, they probably mention confidence sometimes, but it's always on her physique. And so I always feel like because I don't have like a ideal body compared to love, compared to like societal standards, that like that's why people will compliment my confidence. And sometimes it's like, well, should I not be confident just because I am a bit bigger, I'm a bit curvier, got a little bit more wiggle and jiggle? And it's interesting because like I know there are girls who are twice the size of me who are even more confident than I am. There are girls who are like literally the size of my leg who are not nearly as confident. And I don't know. I mean, in general, to answer the actual question, how I got so confident, you just have to slowly start taking those little steps. And I feel like it's not an easy answer. It's just a matter of like those little things here and there. I know, also I'm gonna go in with my cream blush from Tower 28. I've been loving this. This is in the Beach Please Power Hour. Power Hour is the color, Beach Please is the product. I also have one in the color Rush Hour. It's more of like a peach, but I've been liking this kind of like, I think this color is going to be really nice, especially as we get more into autumn. And it's a cream one, so you kind of just like dab it in, and then you just keep dabbing until it looks the way you want it to look. I'm telling you guys, I'm not a fancy lady, okay? I probably spend maybe like 5 minutes tops on my makeup in the morning before I go to work. Oh, that was actually another question as well. What do I do for work? Someone said, what do you do besides YouTube? YouTube is not a job at all for me. I'm almost flattered to think that someone thinks I could make a job of YouTube. I don't get anything from YouTube. I just like doing it. I like thinking that I'm hopefully helping people. I think I will do too much on that side. I like thinking that I'm like, you know, helping people and sharing my life and sharing my fitness journey. And it's just fun. I enjoy it. I like kind of creating content. I like doing cool shit. And again, hoping that I'm helping people along the way. And providing entertainment. It's just kind of, I don't know. But what I actually do, I am a university admissions counselor for a school here in New York. So I read college applications and do interviews, and I kind of just help kids get into a good school with good scholarships and things like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. There are times when my job's like stressful, but when you get those students who like, I don't know, the ones that you know that you're giving them an opportunity that they wouldn't have, there's nothing like it. And there's nothing like when you get the like you'll get calls all the time about this office isn't answering in this office, and everyone always comes to us and yells at us. But there's nothing like when you get that student that like, you know, you've genuinely changed their life. And I feel like it sounds so dramatic, but there really is nothing like it. So this kind of does go back to the confidence thing. One of the questions was tips on showing more skin and being confident within yourself to do so. So again, I think confidence is hard to like build. I think it's a matter of slowly creeping outside your comfort zone. And specifically when it comes to like showing more skin, I know for me in the gym, there is days where like, and obviously there's days that's always gonna be different, but say like in the gym, one thing that I do is on a day where I'm like not feeling the most confident, but like I know I want to work my way up there, start small. Start with like a crop top, but like a modest crop where like, you know, you only get a little bit of a midriff occasionally. And then I know for me, sometimes it's a matter of like working up the confidence slowly to do it. So say for example, if I'm wearing like a big t-shirt, what I'll do a lot, I mean, I'll try it with this, but like it'll be, so say like if I'm wearing this to the gym and I'm like kind of working my confidence, but I'm not quite there, what I'll do, I might like do that. So I'm like, okay, a little more skin. I'm like, remember, no one cares, okay? Anyone who's actually looking at you and is judging you, they're the problem, not you. But I'll do something like this to kind of give myself a little bit more air, kind of get my confidence up, and then I'll slowly take it off. I'll take off one arm, and then eventually maybe I'll take off the whole thing. I mean, a lot of days I just go in and I'm like, whoop, whoop, anyways, just because I am confident. I've done that kind of like self-love work with myself to get there. But I know that's one of the things that I always say. I always talk about layers and kind of shedding layers. And if you've seen a lot of my workouts on Instagram, I think you'll probably notice that like what I start in is not what I end in, because I just slowly shed. Okay, another one. You're never intimidated to wear anything out of your comfort zone. That is not true. For me, sometimes I feel like something that's super, super tight or things that are short things that are short are usually not in my comfort zone, because I think my biggest like insecurity, which I don't talk about, but not for any particular reason, for me it's my legs. But I've grown to love my legs in different ways. Like, I know my legs are strong, they're super powerful. I mean, I can do heavy deadlifts and squats, and that's obviously from all the power in my legs. But I know for me, when I hear people talking about being like thick thighs save lives, there's a difference of being like muscularly thick, but also then like wiggly jiggly thick. And I'm a combo of the two. And I know I hold a lot of fat in my thighs. So for me, wearing shorts, specifically of a certain length, does tend to kind of... Okay, this is a few questions are kind of along the lines of this. How's it been being alone here in the US without your boyfriend, long distance? So, it sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Being here and not being able to be with him for so long is literally... I feel like sometimes it's proving more and more difficult. And I think that's just because we're at that point where we're like ready for our like life together. Oh my gosh, this is mushy. But like we're okay. We're at that like stage where we're ready for the next steps, and obviously the fact that like right now with COVID and the fact that obviously being an international couple, like there's so much uncertainty that you don't have if I was dating some kid from like down the street, you know? But I mean, we love each other, and he makes me very happy and makes me laugh. So we've been dealing with it the way we can. I think it's also important, what's nice about it is because we do have our own lives, we do have our own like friends and interests. For me, obviously, I spend a lot of time in the gym. Charlie actually recently got into the gym as well. It's annoying. He's like looking better than I am. And I was like, I'm meant to be the hot one in this relationship. What's your favorite body part to exercise? That's interesting because also I'm going to use this highlight. I've been loving it. It's by Charlotte Tilbury. I got it when I was in the UK. It's called Glowgasm Beauty Wand. And it's like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. So my favorite body part to exercise, I honestly don't really know. I think it depends on my mood and my goals, because it definitely does change. Right now, I've been loving doing like full body workouts, especially full body with more of an emphasis on my upper body. I've just been loving the feeling of being strong, and I kind of realized that like I don't push myself with my upper body as much as I could or should, and I don't know why. There's not a particular reason for it, I feel like, but I just don't. Like I said, I don't know why. When it comes to like legs and squats, I'm like, yeah, no, I'll put on the extra weight. I'll put on like another plate or two. But when it comes to my upper body, I just don't. I think it's partially because my gym doesn't have that many machines. So there's not that much to, this side is looking quite nice. I can't tell if the light's not hitting here. I don't know. I lately have been loving training like posterior chain. So doing like hamstrings and like glute work and things like that kind of all in one. But I think it's because my hamstrings are something that for so long I felt like I literally joked and said I didn't even have hamstrings, because they basically just like didn't ever show. But again, because I hold a lot of fat in my legs. But more recently, I've started to see that definition, partially from, again, losing weight, but also then from building and sculpting that muscle. So that's been really nice. So I do kind of like training my hamstrings. I also kind of like doing upper body, but specifically kind of like shoulders, like delts, traps. I know literally one of my favorite exercises ever to do is an Arnold press. I just feel like such a badass when I do it. It's funny, I don't know, do you ever have something that like when it's a different time of year, you do things differently? Like I realize I don't really do my eyebrows nearly as much in the summer as I do in like the fall and winter. So I feel like I'm transitioning back into doing them again a bit more. I'm not sure. My eyebrows are nothing to write home about though either. I do them myself. So I kind of just pluck them when I feel they need to be plucked and sculpt them the best I can. Obviously I feel like they're not bad, but they're not amazing either. I think it's hard to make friends in your 20s too. That's something that kind of came out of left field, but the more I'm thinking about like not being with Charlie, is that it's hard to make friends in your 20s. It really is. Like, unless you're making friends at work, which I do like my job and I like my coworkers. Like, I don't really have any issues with any of them, which is great. But most of them are a bit older than me. I think actually almost everyone in my office is engaged right now or married. Yeah, actually. I'm a pretty outgoing person, I'd say. I mean, I know I've made friends in town, which is awesome, and I moved here, excuse me, I made like a decent amount of friends here in town where I live, and I didn't know a single person when I moved here, and I know I have tons of people who are like, oh, I could never do that, I could never move to a new place and make friends and like get so close with people, like how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I do spend quite a lot of time alone. I have recently, I have actually a new work bestie. That's really exciting. When I tell you, like, we literally, even when it comes to like going to meetings, it's like, okay, so when are we going? What time are we taking lunch? So that's been awesome. I feel like I have a genuine like friend and connection that like I didn't really have as much before. But I do spend a lot of time alone, and it does suck. Like, I am a pretty outgoing person. I want to be out and about. Oh god, blend that in a bit more. I want to be out and about and doing things, but like, because a lot of my friends are older, they don't want to do any of the things that like I like to do. And even then, like the other night, someone was like, "Oh, we're gonna go out tonight." I was at the gym when they said they were gonna go out. It was like 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. And by the time I got home and like, oh, I'm using a primer by Tarte and then mascara by Tarte. They texted wanting to go out, which is awesome. I hadn't been out in town actually since before I went to the UK, so since like June, and it's basically September now. I haven't been out in so long, but I went out for like maybe I think it was like an hour, but they had already been out. And I don't know if they were drinking a lot before I got there, but I feel like we were only out for like an hour together before they were like done and like went home. So then I kind of was like out by myself. Thank goodness, again, it was a bar across the street and I know people there all the time and I'm good at making friends. So I was able to talk to like, actually I made friends with like a group of guys because they were wearing Ronaldo jerseys, and he had just gotten signed with Manchester United. He's coming home, yeah, boys. Sorry, soccer talk. So like I was able, obviously I had a good time, and like at the same time I did spend most of the night alone, even though I was out. But I don't know if it's like making any sense. I feel like the mascara on the one side didn't really stick for some reason. Let's try again. It's funny, I haven't used to like the kind of glossy look in so long. I'm using the Kiehl's lip balm, and it's mint, and I don't know. I do love a good lipstick, but I'm thinking maybe I'll just leave it this kind of dewy glowiness today. But yeah, I feel like I think I've babbled on for like quite a long time. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys kind of got to know me a little bit better maybe than you do. I'm not sure. I hope so. I hope this wasn't just boring. But I guess we'll see when I go and edit it back, because who knows what I said. I talked for quite some time. I mean, I think the clock's running down in the past 30 minutes, so I hope this will not be that long. If you have made it this far, comment blush. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.